Japan, a country known for its vibrant culture, cutting-edge technology, and rich history, faces numerous challenges that impact its economy, society, and environment. Here are the top 10 challenges Japan is grappling with. Number 1. Japan's aging population is a pressing issue, with over 28% of citizens above 65, expected to reach 38% by 2065. This demographic shift causes labor shortages, impacting economic growth and increasing healthcare costs. The pension system is also strained, as fewer working-age individuals support a larger retired population. To address this, Japan has implemented policies like increasing retirement age, encouraging immigration, and investing in automation and artificial intelligence. However, more comprehensive solutions are needed to mitigate the effects of this significant demographic change. The government must balance support for the elderly with the need to nurture a younger workforce, ensuring a sustainable future for Japan's economy and society. Number 2. Japan's animal welfare standards are often criticized, with cases of animal cruelty, neglect, and inhumane treatment in industries like farming, zoos, and animal testing. Number 3. The country's sex industry, including hostess clubs, brothels, and child pornography, raises concerns about human trafficking, exploitation, and the objectification of women. Number 4. Japan's low birth rate, averaging 1.4 children per woman, intensifies the aging population crisis. This demographic trend hinders the country's ability to maintain a robust workforce, leading to labor shortages and decreased economic growth. With fewer young people, the burden of supporting the elderly population increases, straining the pension and healthcare systems. To mitigate this, Japan has introduced initiatives like childcare support, family-friendly policies, and immigration reforms. However, more comprehensive measures are needed to address the deeply ingrained cultural and societal factors contributing to the low birth rate. Encouraging work-life balance, changing traditional gender roles, and providing adequate support for families are essential to reversing this trend and ensuring a sustainable future for Japan's economy and society. Japan's immigration policy is evolving, but integration and acceptance of foreign workers remain challenges. The country must adopt more inclusive policies, provide language training, and promote cultural understanding to ensure a smooth transition for foreign workers. Number 5. Japan's economy, the world's third largest, faces significant challenges, including stagnant growth, deflation, and a massive public debt exceeding 250% of GDP. This toxic combination hinders the government's ability to implement effective fiscal policies, limiting its capacity to stimulate economic growth and address pressing social issues. Deflation, a prolonged period of falling prices, discourages consumption and investment, while the enormous public debt constrains fiscal flexibility and increases borrowing costs. To revitalize its economy, Japan must adopt bold structural reforms, invest in innovation and human capital, and implement monetary and fiscal policies that promote sustainable growth, inflation, and debt reduction. Addressing these interconnected challenges is crucial for Japan to regain its economic momentum and ensure long-term prosperity. Number 6. Japan's energy sector is highly dependent on imported fossil fuels, leaving it exposed to price volatility and climate change risks. This reliance on non-renewable energy sources contributes to greenhouse gas emissions, exacerbating climate change. To mitigate these risks, Japan aims to transition to renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydrogen power. The government has set ambitious targets to increase renewable energy's share of the energy mix and reduce carbon emissions. Investing in clean energy technologies, improving energy efficiency, and promoting sustainable practices will be crucial for Japan to achieve energy security, reduce its carbon footprint, and contribute to global efforts to combat climate change. A successful energy transition will require coordinated efforts from government, industry, and civil society. Number 7. Japan's geographical location makes it prone to catastrophic natural disasters, including earthquakes, tsunamis, and typhoons. The country's unique topography and proximity to the Pacific Ring of Fire increase its vulnerability to seismic activity, storm surges, and landslides. To mitigate these risks, Japan invests heavily in disaster preparedness and response measures such as advanced early warning systems, robust infrastructure, and regular evacuation drills. The government also promotes disaster education, research, and international cooperation to enhance resilience and minimize the impact of natural disasters. Despite these efforts, Japan's disaster-prone location demands continued innovation and investment to protect its citizens, economy, and environment from the devastating effects of natural disasters. Number 8. Japan's education system, formerly admired for its rigor and discipline, faces criticism for prioritizing rote memorization over critical thinking and creativity. The intense focus on standardized testing and academic achievement leads to high stress levels among students, contributing to issues like burnout and decreased motivation. Calls for reform emphasize the need for a more balanced approach, incorporating skills like problem-solving, collaboration, and emotional intelligence. Efforts to introduce more flexible and student-centered learning methods aim to foster a love of learning, promote creativity, and prepare students for success in an increasingly complex and rapidly changing world. By reforming its education system, Japan seeks to cultivate a more innovative, adaptable, and resilient workforce. Number 9. Japan's workforce is notorious for its demanding culture, characterized by long hours, excessive overtime, and poor work-life balance. This leads to burnout, decreased productivity, and a shortage of skilled workers in key industries. The country's infamous karoshi culture, where employees work themselves to death, is a stark reminder of the need for change. To address this, Japan has introduced initiatives like mandatory paid leave, flexible work arrangements, and increased support for working parents. However, more fundamental shifts in societal attitudes and corporate culture are needed to prioritize employee well-being, promote work-life balance, and attract and retain top talent in industries like technology and healthcare. Number 10. Japan's relationships with China and South Korea are complicated by historical and territorial disputes, creating tensions that affect regional stability and economic cooperation. The legacy of Japan's wartime past, including colonization and atrocities, remains a sensitive issue, particularly with South Korea. Territorial disputes, such as the Senkaku, Diaoyu Islands with China, and the Dokdo, Takeshima Islands with South Korea, also fuel tensions. These issues hinder regional cooperation, including economic integration and security collaboration. Japan's efforts to address these concerns through diplomacy and dialogue have been met with limited success, underscoring the need for sustained engagement and creative solutions to overcome these complex historical and political challenges. Improved relations with its neighbors are crucial for Japan's regional influence, economic growth, and security.